All right. Hello, everyone. We are live. All zero of you who are out there at this precise moment. Oh, there we got a few eyes. We got a few eyes on here. Hello. Say hello in the comments so we can welcome you to our Prairie Trail live chat and possibly sprints. We'll see how everybody's feeling about sprints. If people have some books they need to finish reading. It's like, Alma, you're still reading a book, although you don't have any hope of finishing it tonight, right?
No, I'm not finished with it. I might get halfway.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I might get halfway.
I was
I
thinking,
read 14 books though. I mean,
that's
that's
amazing.
pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Um, I have a book. If we end up doing sprints, I have a book that I can browse through, which won't complete a challenge or anything. Like, I'm not gonna add it to the thing because I already finished all mine. But I do want to read through this one, The World of Laura Ingalls Wilder. So I have a book ready if people want to do that. I'm going to share real quick. On. Sorry, guys, if I seem like all discombobulated and everything, that's because I am. Because it's the beginning of the school year and
It's a,
I don't know
it's
where
a
I'm coming or going.
Monday.
It's Monday. It's a Monday night, but I am so glad all of you are here. Hello,
Jeanette's
Jeanette.
here.
So glad you could come. And Dot, hello. Do you go by Dot or Dorothy? Morgan,
Morgan's here.
welcome. Tanya, welcome to everybody. So, how did everybody do? I was looking through all those scores earlier today, but I don't remember who, like, specific. Like, I know I saw all your names on there, but, well, Dot and Morgan and Tanya, but I don't know. Like, did
What
everybody finish
team?
everything? 12 books.
Well,
Woo!
yay.
Nice. Never read that many books in 1 month. Yeah, I don't usually get that high. Awesome. I'm so glad that everybody had fun with this. I did
Yeah.
too. Dorothy, okay. Um, that's awesome. Yeah, I read 11. So that's pretty good for me. I've done better this year overall than previous years, the past couple of years. As well, I mean, I've read more per month than I have the past couple of years. I don't know what makes the difference, but yeah. And you said, Alma, you said you read 14
I
books.
read 14.
That's awesome.
I didn't get my nonfiction done though. That I
Yeah.
really wanted to, and I didn't get it in.
Yeah. Yeah. I just finished mine today, literally. So,
I should have started it at the very beginning, and I kept putting it off, and then I was like, "Oh, wait a minute."
yeah. Oh, Jeanette read 14 too. Awesome. Well, yeah, but you had the
Yeah.
suspense readathon going on. So
Yeah.
you had,
And she landed on an even number. Good for
yeah.
you. She doesn't like landing on an odd number. I read some suspense too. I
I
did,
wanted to, but
I did both.
like I don't have any on hand, and then I just got busy. Hi, Lucy. How are you? Did you read any prairie books, Lucy?
Um,
Huh? Jeanette finished
oh,
the
see, she
14th
finished
too.
14th today. Right on time.
See, August was a terrible reading month for me. I'm sorry. Those happen.
Yep. And you even went on vacation, Anne, and you still read a lot. So that's good.
I did, yeah. Well, I had like time on the plane,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't read a great deal actually during the vacation, but I read, well, I was keeping up with Buddy Reads, but I also had time on the plane and time on my layover to read. So, That was nice. Only finished 3 books, 2 of which were rollovers from June and July. Well, hey, at least you finished your June and July books. I mean, that's
I
something.
know. A lot of times I don't finish them. I
I
say I'm going to
know.
roll them over, and then I
It
start on
kind
the other
of
books. So
depends. Kind of depends on if I've started it or not and how much I'm into it. And the one you finished was a suspense, not a prayer child. Yeah, it's hard to pick between, all of the different fun events. I don't read a lot of suspense, but I like, reading challenges that make me read things I wouldn't. But I was really busy with the prayer trail one, so
well, the Prairie Trail ones could be suspense with all the stuff they go through.
that's
Don't you
true.
think? That's what I think. It's
Every
really
single Prairie Trail book is like, there's so much. And I will tell you, Alma, that One More River to Cross, which you're reading, that one has a happy ending. So even though, like, they go through some hard
oh,
things, there are some nail biting moments. It's not
yeah.
tragic. It's not tragic. So, unlike some other books.
Well,
So,
that's good.
yeah.
Because I've read some of those too.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of hard times in those. Lydia was just able to fit in 10 prompts with half coming from activity challenges. Good.
Uh-huh.
That is good. Lucy started the
Oh,
doctor.
that's the one I got.
Yeah, I read that last year, I think. I'm liking it, want to finish it, just didn't get it finished for the readathon. That's fine.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
one.
perfect too. It's a perfect choice. I've read 11 and only one prayer trail, Jubilee Trail, which I just started and am enjoying. Yeah, I
That's,
finished that
you
one.
read that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that one is long. Um, which, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's one of those long books where you finish and you're like, okay, they could have cut out, this, and this. Didn't need all that. I mean, maybe, but
Oh, yeah.
I think it's all interesting. It just is. It's over
Mm-hmm.
500 pages. So that was my hunting book.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yes. Many difficulties. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and in Jubilee Trail there were some different ones. So because it was a totally different trail. It wasn't the one to Oregon. It was the one south via Santa Fe and ending in Los Angeles. So it was a totally different
Oh.
trail. So different dangers for parts of it. And the particular type of natives that they ran into on that part of the trail, they shot arrows that had poison. And so there was a scene where one of the characters got shot by one of
Mm.
those, and then they had to like cauterize it um, to stop the poison. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a tricky scene. Lucy's close to finishing The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I have never read that. That series intrigues me, but I've not read any of them. So I'm gonna try to finish that tonight. Awesome.
Yep.
Hello, Sasha. Another suspense. Well, forgive you. Let's see. The Doctor's Lady sounds interesting. I will add that to my TBR. Yeah, it's about is it Marcus and Narcissa Whitman?
Yeah. It's based on their story.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you have a favorite for the month, Anne?
Me?
Yes.
Um, that is hard to say. I gotta look at. Gotta look
We
at
had
my.
a chance to think it over.
Um, let me see. What have I read? And I. This is stupid because my list was so vague. I didn't print out all of the covers. So I only had a handful of covers to actually
I
glue in there. All these I still need to print the covers.
well, I don't print the covers. I just write them down
Yeah.
for my. Although I did print out the map,
Oh, that looks good.
and I did the little tickets.
Oh,
I
cute.
had
I
fun.
like how you did
I
them
had
like
fun with
flat.
that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fun.
little flat. Put that.
All right, let's see. Um, well, actually, I gave The Prairie Trail by David McCullough, the nonfiction one, I gave it
Oh,
5 stars.
yeah.
Because I really enjoyed that. I was so
Oh, the
fascinated.
pioneers.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's So when you hear pioneers, you think like going over the prairie, right? And up to Oregon or to California. That's what we always think of. But he was writing specifically about the people who settled Ohio. So starting immediately after the Revolution. And there were just some really interesting people that I had never heard of who were involved in the founding of Ohio. And he goes through like their whole life story and everything they went through in settling, particularly the town of Marietta, which was the first town that was established in Ohio.
That's we're
And the
close
whole,
by. That'd be interesting to read that.
yeah, and it made me want to go visit Marietta. So now I want to see it. Go take a vacation. My son and husband are going to Ohio next
Uh-huh.
month, but they're going to Ohio State University. They're going to go to a football game there. So,
For the college.
yeah. So, my husband was like, well, I can drop you off on Marietta on the way and pick you up on our way back. I was like, no. That does not sound like fun. All right, Lucy says mild swearing in the housemaid, but nothing smutty. Yeah, that's what I've heard. They're pretty clean overall. Tanya read 6 Prairie books, 11. Whoa, girl, what? You are killing all the things. Look at that. Amazing. Well done. Hello, Diane. Mild swearing and nothing smutty thus far. I'm a little more than halfway, I guess. Anything can happen still. We'll report back. Yeah, I don't feel like there's anything smutty in that. But I've never read it, so I don't really know.
Yeah.
And hi. Holy moly, 26. I'm doing the math. I gave up after a second.
I know, it was like it was more than she had 11 on there, so I'm like, okay, well that's
It's a lot. It's a lot.
she's got quite a bit.
Sasha DNF so many, but the ones she finished were all fantastic. That's good. That's, yeah, DNF the ones that aren't working for you. 5 Prairie Trail books and 5 non-Prairie Trail. Awesome. That's a nice even split. Some of them were novellas or shorter. Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah.
Dorothy says, yes, The Pioneers was very interesting. I agree. And I never knew any of that. So I really enjoyed learning all that stuff.
Oh, and then she DNF 6.
Okay, we want the tea. What did y'all DNF and why? Why? What was going on? I DNF the one that Alma and I tried to read together. I DNF
And I ended up loving it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I should have persevered, but I liked the other one that I read. The other one was good
I
too.
knew as soon as I started reading it, I'm like, Anne's not gonna like this book.
Well, it started out, I mean, it sounds like from what you were telling me, it doesn't stay that way. It just started out so like teenager YA.
Yes, it was totally that.
Yeah, and not even like normal teenager, but like the dregs of teenagerhood, like a girl with a
That's
terrible
exactly what I
attitude.
said in my wrap-up video today. I said it's not normal teenager.
Yeah, like
But
like the worst kind of teenager with an attitude and a dirty mouth and like all this stuff. And I was like, what are we doing here? No, but I should have persevered because it sounds like it ended up actually being really good.
so that I cried.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad it ended up being a winner. Did you DNF anything, Alma?
Did I? No.
Good. Tanya says she couldn't get into 4 and didn't like the main character in 1. Too scary in 1. Yeah, if it's just boring, sometimes I'll persevere, but if it's so boring that it's keeping me from picking up other books because like I
Yeah.
don't like I want to finish it, but I don't want to pick up another one, but I don't want to read it because I'm bored, like it's time to DNF. I almost DNF'd the Indifferent Stars, but I persevered. The question is, are you glad you persevered? I think you ended up liking it, right? If I remember correctly.
Now
I know.
that's the one I should have read this year, and I forgot about it. For the nonfiction.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to remember that one next time.
Yeah. That one was so good, but it was hard. It was hard. I could understand anybody who DNF'd that one because it's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trauma in that one.
Uh-huh.
And it's secondhand when you're reading the book. You're like, ah. How can people live through that? I DNF The Cabin by Natasha Preston. Filthy and lots of F-bombs in the first 3 chapters. That's always disappointing. And yes, Dorothy liked it after all. Good. I just loved his writing style, for one. Like, you don't often read nonfiction where they take the time to really write it beautifully. Like, a lot of nonfiction can just be straightforward and factual, but he took the time to
Yeah, and
really craft it like a story and write it like a beautiful story, even though it was a terrible story. So it was good writing.
have you read the book The Wager?
No. Who is that by?
I don't remember what it's a nonfiction book, but people say the same thing about that one. That he
Okay.
writes it in such a way that it's like you're
I
reading it.
definitely heard of it, but I couldn't tell you the first
It,
thing.
it
What is
has
it?
a ship on it.
Okay.
Let me see.
So Sasha says she doesn't think she'll pick up the Indifferent Stars ever. Probably a wise choice. But the Donner Party was mentioned in at least 3 of the ones I read. Yeah, because their story was
Yeah,
very
and mine too. David Gran
okay. Oh, not heard of him.
is the one that wrote that one.
Yes, definitely a hard read. Um, yeah, I never went into DNF it, but I definitely there were sections in that book that I could only read a very little bit at a time.
Did you
And then
skim
I
it?
have um yeah, I probably skimmed a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I would like set it down and I'd have to like read something else that,
Oh wow.
like a palate cleanser and then go back to it because it was just, it was hard. Um, so here's my question. What was the hardest book everybody read? Like in terms of specifically like Prairie Trail stuff, like books that were, you know, kind of leaned more into the difficult stuff on the trail and not didn't didn't skim over any of the difficulty. This year I didn't read anything that was as hard as The Indifferent Stars Above. Um, Where the Lost Wander had some hard stuff though. That has a lot of.
Yeah.
That was probably my hardest read. Heaviest read, if you will. Yeah. And it's not good, I don't think, to dwell too much on that stuff. Like it's good to know that it happened, but not to dwell on it and wallow in
a,
it.
a lot of the books that I read dealt with a lot of the family, like especially with the wives that were like really didn't want to go, didn't want
Mm,
to move, and
yeah.
were just going because the husband got it in his head that he wanted to go west to make a better life for the family and get the land, and they just had to go. They had to follow them,
Yeah.
and then what do you do?
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
the Scarlet Thread had that theme in it. Um, the one the Far Journey that I read had
Mm-hmm.
that in it too,
Yeah.
and from the perspective of the teenage girl that came into that and thinking, why are you doing,
Yeah.
why are you all doing this? And
Yeah.
so I had that, and some of them had a lot of Indian, Native American, where they were having
Mm,
conflict with them.
yeah. And that's
A
always
lot more in these than I had before.
hard to make that one easy to read. Diane finished her first Laura Ingalls Wilder book today. Yay! It was adorable. I loved all the illustrations. Little House in the Big Woods. I love it.
Yeah.
There's so much nostalgia for me in that series. Jim Bridger by Jerry Ensler. It wasn't specifically about the trail, but it had a lot of hardships and atrocities described on both sides.
Oh.
Is that nonfiction? Yes, Where the Lost Wonder was another heavy one for sure. Hello, Amanda. Hello. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good week too. Um, what about the the your favorite book of the Prairie Trail books that you read. Did you ever say what your favorite was, Alma?
No, I go back and forth. I don't know. I like the far journey,
Mm-hmm.
but I liked the Scarlet Thread. That's by Francine Rivers.
Yeah. Yeah, that one, you mentioned that as a heavy one. Like Francine Rivers, she's always gonna go for the the heavy hitting
Yeah.
topics.
Well, it was the contemporary timeline that was really good too.
Mm.
So
I read that one, but it's been many years, so I don't remember much about it.
yeah, I think those two. What was the other one I read? Um, I read Love Comes Softly. That was a sweet one though.
Yeah, that one. I
I
mean,
like that sweet story.
it starts out like on a sad note because she just lost her husband. She's like left in the middle of nowhere.
Right, right.
Where to go? So it starts hard, but it doesn't stay there. It's
Yeah.
like it's sweet overall.
And and that happened with other women on the trail. In other books, I remember the one I read last year was had a character like that, and then they end up marrying somebody else along the trail to get by.
Yeah, and I was reading in the women's diaries of the old of the what is that called? Women's diaries. Yeah. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
the diaries of women who traveled on wagon trains on west. Like that happened a lot. I mean, because it's very difficult, especially for a woman, to be alone in that circumstance and having
Mm-hmm.
to deal with wagons and livestock. And it's just a very physically demanding journey. Um, and
Uh-huh.
then, when you get there, like, again, it's like, how's a woman going to build herself a house? Like, I'm sure there are women who could, but
And then the kid, they
right.
had kids with them, and
Yeah. So pretty much the option was stay single and probably die or get married and have a chance at least. I'm like, all right,
there
so
was
go
oh
ahead.
my goodness, there was a character in my book in the Far Journey where the husband had lost his wife, and he was an older guy, and he was like looking around at all the young girls and trying to find, and she was like, no. And he goes, but I need you to take care of my kids.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Even in the nonfiction, the pioneers. So there was one of the founders of the town of Marietta, Georgia. Ohio. His wife was dying, and their kids at that time were youngish. I mean, maybe not like super young, but like
Mm-hmm.
young enough they still needed a mom really. And so the mom, when she was dying, she told her husband, she was like, I want you to promise me that no matter what it like, don't worry about what other people say to you, that you're going to get married. You're not going to wait a long time. You're going to get married after I pass away. And actually, I want you to marry this woman. And she had a woman picked out for
Picked
him
out. Yes.
already. It was like, you need to marry her. And he was like, okay. So, but then a few months after she passed away, he had never met this woman
Oh.
that he was supposed to marry, but she lived like in a neighboring, like across the river or whatever. Um, so he sent her a letter to introduce himself. It was like, um, basically, like, I'm looking for a wife and a mother for my children. And I think he even said in the letter that, my wife thought that you would be good. Anyway, and he's like,
Well, she wanted somebody, a good person that would be good for her children too.
right, yes,
That's probably
yeah.
what she was thinking.
And he picked well because, like, this woman agreed to meet him, and then they must have agreed to court or whatever after that, because then, like, within a few weeks, he was like writing her love letters and, um,
Oh.
like very sincere ones. And so then they got married, and they lived very happily many years together. They were very close, and like
Mhm.
there's a lot of their correspondence that's left, and like journals and stuff. And it seemed like they really loved each other and were a good fit. And like they had children together, but his kids loved her too, and they all had a good relationship. So I was like, wow, his wife picked well for him.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. All right.
She
I
did.
do not think I have met you, JS Exploring Books. So if you don't mind sharing your first name. I did not read as hard of ones this year as I did last year. I read a lot of Sandra Dallas last year, and she is tough. Yeah, yeah. Well, I've only read one by her, but she definitely dwelt on the difficulties. I also read the
Yeah.
Donner one last year. Yeah, that's a hard one.
I read True Sisters by Sandra Dallas, and that one was a lot of tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. In every chapter, some family was getting hit by
Yeah,
either sickness or injury.
I mean, based on the diaries I was reading of the women, like that was realistic. Like that's what it was like. And in the Pioneers, um, one of the families in the nonfiction book, one of the families, their grown son. So they were all in Ohio, and by that point, this is by the middle of the 19th century. Ohio was becoming more settled. Obviously, like it wasn't pioneer land
Mhm.
anymore. So one of their sons went um, off to find gold in California,
Uh-huh.
and he died of cholera on the trail.
Oh, yeah. I love how they describe the gold rush in these books. It's like they just say you're gonna just walk and see the gold on the ground and you're just gonna pick
Uh-huh.
it up and they're like,
Yeah.
yay, and gonna go over
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Not exactly.
Yeah. And then they come back, oh, don't have nothing.
Sasha says yes. It's a new recent biography of Jim Bridger. Okay. Roughing It by Mark Twain was hard, but tedious, not content hard. Oh, that's a bummer. Hello,
Oh,
Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Sasha's favorite is probably also Jim Bridger. So that was a good one. This Road We Traveled by Jane Kirkpatrick was my favorite. So what was that
Is
one
that the
about?
one you is it oh, that's not the one you read?
No. I read One More River to Cross, and a
Oh,
few years ago I read All She Left Behind, I think was the name of it.
let's see. She's got all her book titles in the front of this. All She Left Behind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about a female doctor in Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah, it was interesting. I also liked The Tall Stranger by Louis L'Amour and A Lady's
Mm.
Life in the Rocky Mountains. I'm so sad I had to turn that one back into the library. Somebody said it's free on Kindle, and so like I had it in the back of my mind, but I never circled back to that one. I didn't have time. Maybe Love Comes Softly was one of my faves.
Oh,
Moonbow
she read
Night
that
was
too.
difficult to get into, but I ended up enjoying it. Yeah, I like both of those. That's one, like Laura France is hit or miss for me, but Moonbow Night was one of hers that I really liked. Hello, Cheryl. I cannot add to the favorites convo. That's okay. You can get some good recommendations for the
Yeah.
Cheryl, my video will drop tonight, so help me. We're gonna hold you to it. We are now all
I
eyewitnesses.
know. I was like, fresh, fresh. I thought it was on Saturday, but then it didn't come. So she's still working on it.
Jolie, nice to meet you. Yes, I've seen you in the Discord. Okay. I know my ancestors who were pioneers had a lot of hard things happen to them along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you have ancestors, and I think that Sarah Color, I think she has ancestors as well at Oregon. Or Jolene, but my Discord is Jolie19. Okay, yes. Oh, is 1971. You don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. Your birth year, because that is my oldest sister's birth year. All right. Oh, we have a few more comments. Let's see. Lucy says, "Have y'all read Hope Valley 1874?" I have not. Who is that by?
I read that one.
Oh, watched. So is it a movie?
I don't read that one
Oh, on Hallmark. I've not seen it.
either. My husband right now is watching a mini series, or not a mini series, I don't call them mini series anymore, a TV show that's all about Billy the Kid.
Mm.
It's pretty interesting.
Huh. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A mini series inspired by real events.
Oh,
Interesting. Huh.
got it.
Yes, it was supposed to drop Saturday, but alas. Well, life happens. I know I'm a little late, but Hope of Azure Springs was my favorite. Did you read that one this year,
I
Lauren?
read that this month as well. That was,
Yes.
yes, I read that this month. That was really good.
This road we traveled had a real family healing thread through it. That's always good. The grandma's whole family was going west and planned to leave her behind. Oh,
Oh no, poor
grandma.
grandma. Well, she
Poor
probably could
grandma.
make the trip, right?
Yeah, it would probably be really hard. I do want to read some Jane Kirkpatrick's books since everyone seems to enjoy her. I enjoy her with caveats.
Well, I think I haven't got very far in this one, so I can't really say. But the one I read last year, I really enjoyed, and that one was called "A Light in the Wilderness."
Yeah.
And that was a different take because it was a black woman that had just gotten her freedom, and
Oh,
she was going across.
that would be interesting.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I struggle when they and she does it more than some other authors, especially Christian authors. She makes a much bigger deal about the whole gender struggle, um, for women in the 19th century, and it becomes a heavy focus in her books. And well, okay, of the couple that I've read,
Mhm.
and I'm like, just tell me the story, please. I don't want to deal with these these things. And some of it just comes across like bitterness.
Right.
Like in that one, like Mary Sullivan, the young girl, like um, she's so frustrated with her brother all the time, and um, and she's frustrated with her role as being kind of caregiver to her younger siblings. I mean, she does it, but she's frustrated by it. She wishes that she could take the place of her brother. Um, and her brother's doing stuff like pulling the oxen and tending the livestock and all of this heavily demanding physical stuff, and I'm like, girl, why do you want to do that instead of pulling your brothers, like like you really have the better job here. But she's so envious of her brother, but um she has the cushier job actually. She's got
Yeah,
it
and
easy.
I I see that a lot in the very beginning. I'm hoping later on when it starts getting really bad, their
Hmm.
priorities are going to be changed,
Yeah.
and they won't be whiny about everything so much.
Yeah.
So,
So I will say that Lauren and we buddy read that one, and we both agreed that it wasn't too much for us, and that there was some character development along the way. Um, Mary had some character development, and so does Ellen. Ellen also had a rough relationship with her brother, um,
yeah,
and her father.
she's a
Yeah,
young widow.
yes, but her relationship, like there's character development on both sides there, so that was good. Um, but then, and then, yeah, then I mean I don't want to spoil anything, but there is some character development for a lot of them. And then it was balanced also by some of them, like the one she calls Melissa or Melissa, I
Uh-huh.
don't know how to say her name,
Yeah.
but she very much loves her role as mother and wife and has a good relationship with her husband, and
Uh-huh.
so that was a nice counterbalance. So it,
Yeah.
it was balanced. It wasn't too much. It
And
was more in the
well, and
beginning.
I do imagine there was probably women that felt that way because of
Yeah.
everything that was happening. You know.
Well, for 100% sure, I know that there were plenty of women who, yeah, like, what are they going to do? Their husband sells their farm and puts everything into moving west. They have no choice, but they have to go. I can
Right.
imagine some resentment would, and I think like, the loneliness and isolation, um, you're moving west,
I
that would be
I
hard.
mean, even in today's time, us moving from California, moving out here to Kentucky and Indiana, that was a big deal,
Yeah.
and leaving family behind.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine because once you leave, like that last comment where she said they left the grandma behind. Once you left, you're probably never going to see your family ever again. You
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do make it, by the time you travel back, years,
Right.
so
Yep.
tough. It was a tough. Moving's tough anyway, but then on top of all of that,
Yeah. So she ended up not staying behind, and her grown children worked through some issues. Did she survive the trail? That's amazing.
oh,
And
okay.
yes, it's my birth year. Nice. My mother-in-law's family is connected to Daniel Boone. Well, that's cool.
Mm, that's interesting.
So I have a question for you all. It's 8:35. Does anybody have books that they want to be working on? Because we can do some sprints if we want to do that, or we can just keep chatting our Prairie Trail books. Let me know in the comments. Um, I can do one, maybe two sprints. I don't want to stay up too late tonight because I have school in the morning. Um, oh, she survived the trail. That's good.
Yay!
Sprint, please, says Lucy. Yeah, Lucy's
Yep.
got.
She's gotta finish that book.
Can you finish a fourth book? Hello, Linda. We're just discussing if we want to go to sprints or not. So, um, let us know. Those of you who just showed up, if you want to do some sprints. Does anybody have any unfinished books for the Prairie Trail Readathon that you're still working on? Let me know that in the comments also. I finished my very last one today, The Pioneers. Finished it at lunchtime. So I did not, when I, on Friday or whatever it was, when I finished Jubilee Trail, the other book I was working on,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, okay, The Pioneers, this is the last one I have to read. And I still had like 200 and some pages in it. And nonfiction takes longer to read than fiction. And I had like
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I'm like, Saturday's busy, Sunday's full of church stuff, Monday school. Like, I'm not going to do it. But I did it. I did it.
I actually did the starvation activity. I did one whole
Yeah.
day without reading.
Did you do it intentionally? Because I did it, but not intentionally.
It was Sunday, and I meant to read, but like you said, we had stuff at the church, and then we went to visit my daughter, and then I thought, you know what, I'm not going to read because then I won't get that point. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It was when we had teacher training. Um, there was just a day I was just really busy and just fell into bed exhausted and did not have time to read. No unfinished books for Linda. Good job. Let's see. It was actually a book about a real person, and the grandma was known as like the mother of Oregon or something. So it kind of was a spoiler if you knew about her beforehand. Got it.
oh,
Interesting.
interesting.
Dorothy finished her last book this afternoon. Probably going to drop off in a bit. Going to watch All Creatures Great and Small with my husband. Oh, that's nice. Whoops. Skip Cheryl's coming. I don't have any books to finish, but I'm fine with sprints if others want need them. Also fine with just listening to the chatting. Sprints for Tanya. I had many days of not reading. Well, you,
There you go. Get
Lucy,
that activity done.
yeah, do that activity challenge over. Oh, goodness, it's sad. My starvation activity was not intentional either. Yeah, I did not wake up in the morning and say I do not want to read today. That
Yeah.
did not happen. All Creatures Great and Small is so good. I've never seen any of the miniseries, old or new. I read the book, but I've not seen the miniseries. I want to. I had a headache and felt awful that I didn't read. Then saw the starvation activity was tickling. Yeah.
And it was 4 points, so that's a good one.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, I made it at more points because I was like, that's hard to do. How do you
Yeah.
like not read in a day? I always read something. Uh, I should. I definitely should. It's on my mental list. You know, there was a deal on PBS through Amazon this summer, and my husband and I got it because we were watching, I don't know, The Count of Monte Cristo or something. And so I watched something else. I watched Miss Austen. I watched Miss Austen, and I had like this whole mental list of other ones that I wanted to watch, but I just didn't have time. And then the deal ran out, and so we don't have it anymore. But because that's on PBS, right? All Creatures Great and Small. I get introduced it to me, but I didn't want to watch it at first because I thought it looked boring. But now it's one of Steve's and my favorite cartoons. Oh, that's fun.
Oh,
I think it is like a quieter one, like, the country village setting
um,
and everything.
I haven't read the book or watched it, so.
It was good. It's like, it's not, I don't know, it's not my usual type of reading because it doesn't really have a storyline. It's more like vignettes. Um, I mean, it goes chronologically through his time as a vet. Um, but it's like little scenes of interactions with um,
The
various
townspeople.
various members of the community and the animals that he meets and stuff.
Hmm.
So he's in the book. I'm sure the miniseries is good too, but in the book, like he tells it with humor and it makes it interesting. Like he's a good storyteller. So yes, it's on PBS. It's about a new vet. Yeah. Oops. Jeanette watched the original TV series with my parents growing up. Yeah, I never even seen that one. I haven't watched any of the shows either, so Cheryl, but I loved the books when I was a kid. Yeah, I just read the first one a couple years ago, and the show is an accent feast. Those British accents,
Okay.
Scottish,
All
Irish,
kinds. Good.
fun. So many accents. All right. Well, let's do this. Oh, Jeanette says I also visited the original set.
Ah, nice.
Nice. Nice. Very nice. Let's see. So I am going to pull up um some ambiance here and let's see. Let's do some.
How long are we going to sprint for?
I'm gonna say until, well, for me it's quarter after 9. So quarter after the hour. Does that work for everybody? Hold on. How do I? That's wrong. Hold on just a second. I don't have one for 15. Let's make one. Boom, 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 boom. Add banner. And show. Okay, there we go. Got the right banner. Now let me get the ambiance pulled up. Okay, just share my screen. I don't need all that stuff. Okay.
Dorothy wants to know how many people joined the readathon. Do you have a number on how many people joined on Discord, babe?
I do have a number. Uh, was it 30? Hold on a second. Let me get that up. And then I can look. Uh, I have to look in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know which of my Google documents that's I can see that in. I want to say it was like 30.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. So I'll look that up and I'll be able to tell you that after the sprint. And then after the sprint, I will also tell everybody what the standings are.
Yeah, because they have until midnight, right?
Yes, they have until midnight. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna mute myself. I'll see you guys back a quarter after.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back from our sprints. How did everybody do?
I almost got one chapter done. I'm like right there, real close.
Oh, so close.
I can't believe they split up and now they're splitting up again.
I know, and I think it's amazing that they survived doing that. It's like you feel like there's safety in numbers, right? But and some of the reasons for
Yeah,
splitting up,
and they're all
I
like,
understand.
well, I'm at the point where they're having to leave the heavy wagons behind and say,
Mhm.
we're just going to have to leave your stuff because the animals are too weak and they can't carry them down the mountain, up and down the mountain
Yeah,
in the
crazy.
snow. I know.
I saw a picture online somewhere of how they dragged those wagons over the mountains, the ones that they did bring over the mountains.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy. Like, man,
I'm having a hard time picturing it because
I
the
I
first
did
group
too.
split off because they couldn't take the wagons through this trail. Only horses could go. So that's why they split up the first and they sent the couple of the lady or the one lady that was ill, her down with a few people. But now the people with wagons are having to leave their wagons. And the husband, the one husband was like, I'm staying behind with the guns.
Yeah,
And the wife was like, you need to come with me.
yeah,
So there's that.
yeah. It was crazy.
So we'll see what happens.
Amazing. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. To answer Dorothy's
Oh,
question,
okay.
I believe 39.
Awesome.
Going off of Discord. Now that doesn't count the people who didn't join the Discord. I know quite a few people were, reading some Prairie Trail books but
Right.
weren't fully participating. So yeah, it was good. Yes. Well, I have done lives before. Sprints are new. I think the first one that Al and I did for this readathon was the first sprint I ever actually hosted myself. Happy reading to everybody. Yes, it was fun. I really, I don't know, it's one of my favorite topics, so it's fun. Good night, Dorothy. Enjoy time with your hubby. Hi, Jamie. Oh my goodness, that is so
Reading
frustrating.
record.
Ugh, does not sound fun. Hello, Hannah. Going to be one book short of completing the challenge. That's okay. But you read some really good books this month and love participating. Hey, you read some really good books. Mission accomplished. 32 pages, 6 chapters.
Oh,
Woohoo! That's actually, wow.
some good reading.
Way to go.
That's awesome.
Did one coat on my nail and listened to my book during that sprint. Very nice.
Nice.
I should do my nails, but not tonight. I'm finishing up Just Friends by Haley Pham. How do you like it, Jamie? And Diane is curious too.
Yeah, Diane wants to know. We all want to know.
I also ate almost an entire bag of kettle chips. To be fair, most of the bag was there. Yeah, those chips bags.
Yeah, it always is.
Hello, Miriam.
Oh,
Welcome.
Marianne's here.
Good. So glad you enjoyed your reading. There's a heritage park in Salt Lake where you can try operating a hand cart on a mild terrain with just some obstacles. It's not easy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was even harder. The hand carts compared to the wagon.
Carts? Whoa. Like, cannot imagine.
Yeah.
Lucy says, hi, Jamie. And Lucy
Saying
says,
hi to everybody.
hello to everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The hand carts, they had less to push.
Yeah.
Are you swatting the yeah, the hand carts were harder because obviously they're pushing them and
Yeah.
yeah,
It's funny
pulling
because,
them.
yeah, a lot of the fiction books I've read talk about how people often preferred to walk because it was so bumpy sitting in the wagon pulled by
Yes, that was
oxen.
in one of my books too.
Yeah, what was interesting though was in the Jubilee Trail. So when the girl goes on the trail with her husband, he's already done it like many times, or
Mhm.
at least he's done it multiple times before, because he does it for commerce, not to move, but like he's bringing goods back and forth. So he's gone on the trail many times. He's very familiar with it. So he taught her to brace her feet against the front of the wagon and hold on to the bench with her hands, but then let the rest of her body go limp. And if she did that, then she
Huh.
survived like she could handle the bumpiness of it. So I wondered where the author got that tip from, like personal experience of some kind, or like did she read
Yeah.
about it in some diary or something? And I wonder how many people knew that trick and how well it worked.
So the one gal in my book, she had a broken arm, so she was miserable in the back of the wagon because of the way. So she rather would walk
Yeah.
because of that. And then I have a friend. We have a friend that has these old wagons in his garage. But
Mm-hmm.
even like to go on those, you're still on like nice paved roads or
Yeah.
pavement. It's not what they were going
Right.
across. So you can't even
Yeah.
compare that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And when I was in DeSmet, South Dakota, we did a tour there, and they show you where there are still some wagon ruts. And I'm like, man, people, wow, what like I
You know,
cannot imagine.
what was sad too was mentioned how where they would bury the people
Hmm.
on the road
Oh,
because they felt like they didn't want like animals to come dig them up, and so
right.
knowing that people were going to go on top of them with
Yeah.
other wagons, yeah,
Hmm.
that was so sad
I
to hear
know
that.
that
That's what they
having to
did.
having to deal with the bodies of the people who died was one of the hardest things I feel like, because the natives would come and dig them up, or animals would, like, you had to get it deep enough,
Yeah,
but sometimes they couldn't because the ground was hard, or they were weak because they all had cholera or
hard.
something like.
Yeah, exactly.
Jamie says it's okay. Haley Pham's book. Cheryl says, yeah, me and my girls tried to do hand cart once. Not easy. I had to tell them, how do you think our great great grandma felt doing this pregnant? Oh my
And the
word.
break exactly.
That's the thing, these women, like, they had
They were
babies.
made by stronger stuff. That's all I have to say.
100%. And I think that's why I love that era so much, because I have so much respect for those people and the strength, the physical strength and the strength of character that they had is just, I just have a lot of respect.
Yeah.
And now Lucy wants,
Just,
you can go on a trek at Independence Rock, or at least Mormon youth do, not sure about the general public. Huh. Now that would be fun. I don't think I've ever
is
been.
the Independence Rock in our story? Is that where they wrote their names?
Yeah, I think that's because they called it that because they usually hit it
Or
on July 4th. And so
okay,
yeah,
I
that's why
thought that was I thought that was cool in our story that they went back and
oh,
they saw
yes.
their
The
initials.
wagon train? Yes. Yeah, that
Yes.
was cute.
Yeah.
I like that part. Jeanette, what color are your nails? We want to know. Although, I listened to your vlog this morning. I think you were talking about what color you were gonna do, but I don't remember what you said. Lucy doesn't want to think about how it would go. If I try to push a hand cart, it would be a train wreck. I would shrivel up and die the first day.
Tough.
Like, shrivel up and die. I can hardly push a cart.
Oh man.
Especially if you get those ones where the wheels go every
They
which way.
go, yeah.
And the trek was with hand carts. Sorry, I forget when you grow up with the lingo. The trek was with hand carts. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I've never read a book that features, I don't think. If I did, it was a very long time ago when I was like a teenager, featuring the hand carts.
The True Sisters by Sandra Dallas. That was a hand cart.
Okay. Cheryl says Mormon treks can be really dangerous too, though, so I wouldn't recommend it. Many people I know got really sick or saw others who did, and some even had people die. Wow.
Like, is she talking about the modern day treks that they do?
She says even in these
Is that what
times.
she's talking about?
Wow. Crazy.
Oh, I guess.
That is wild. I'm not gonna
How
sign
far
up.
would they go, Cheryl? What would be they couldn't have done the whole trek. Maybe like part of it.
Jeanette says they're purplish gray. The vlog you would have watched was probably the pink I just took off. Okay. I can't keep straight what week I'm in. The trucks they have now. Yeah, the modern ones.
Oh,
Wow. I think I'll pass. We'll all pass. Let's not.
no, well, they're different though because they've got tennis shoes. They probably have walking nice shoes,
Hopefully.
walking boots. Yeah, not the whole thing.
But it's really hot and they dress in pioneer clothes. Huh. I found the best no thanks one. Yeah, it is funny which apps allow you to, or which platforms allow you to use gifts and which ones don't. The one my cousin's kids did was over a weekend, I think, maybe 3 or 4 days. Oh wow,
Yeah, not months.
they're usually 3 to 7
I
days.
mean, it just gives you like a little taste of what it would be. Kind of like those places or those shows where you live like you're on a prairie.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those where they have to cook and
Right.
everything? It's just that kind of thing.
Did you guys ever watch that old movie called The Wilderness Family? Oh, it's an old movie. It was probably made in like the 70s or something.
Who,
And
who was in
it
it? Do you remember?
it wasn't a big movie. It was like you know, it was a low budget production.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it was but it was also kind of popular. Like a lot of people knew about it when I was growing up. But it was yeah, about this family, but it was more of a modern family. So I don't know if they went to like Alaska or something. Um, I need to look this up. Because
It
they went
sounds
and
familiar.
they were like legit homesteading, like off the grid. I forget the reason why, and the movie was just all about their life, like the first year or whatever. Um, oh my goodness, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. The Adventures of the Wilderness Family. Yeah, 1975. Um, let's see. 1975 American family adventure drama film about Skip Robinson and his family who decide to move from LA, California to a new home. Oh, so they went to the Rocky Mountains where Skip builds a log cabin and the children befriend wild animals. As the intrepid Robinsons make a simpler life for themselves off the grid, they discover that in the wilderness each day brings its own adventure. Yeah, so it was like set in
Sounds like a Disney movie.
Pacific International Enterprises.
I don't recognize anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they just wanted to get away from, the rat race. And so they went to the opposite extreme.
You know, a lot of people are doing that now, though.
Yeah. So anyway, we watched it a few times when I was little. We liked it. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Let's see. Well, it wasn't on my list anyways, mostly because I've spent most of my life not getting cornered by the church. LOL. That sounds like a feature films for families movie. I mean, it kind of had that vibe to it. Yeah, it was definitely like a family
Yeah.
movie, like a family friendly kind of story. Um, yeah, but it was all about how they survived in their encounters with, wild animals and, they all almost died, but then they ended up surviving. So it was good, but it was like modern day pioneers. Oh wow, for 3 days.
3 days.
I'm guessing there's a story there. 3 days. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also said that I would update everybody on the um, 3 whole days, the scores. So, well, let me just refresh real quick my tabs here, just in case anybody added anything in the past 10 minutes. And also, what's annoying is on Google Sheets, at least, I don't know, there's probably some fancy um, formula I can use. Oops, but I didn't look it up. But I have to select the whole column and then have it do the sum again. Like it doesn't automatically add to the sum at the bottom of the column when somebody adds new.
I forget how you do that. So like equals.
Well, I have it where the bottom square has, or the bottom cell has the sum, but it doesn't stay current when new things are added. So I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
But
it should.
I know it should.
Yeah.
But it
You'd
wasn't
have to ask Jeanette. She's the spread.
the expert.
Yes, she loves Excel. She should know exactly how to do that.
Okay, so what's crazy is this morning we were tied. It was at 472, which was crazy. Like when I saw that, I was like, I checked and double checked. I was like, what?
Well, we're pretty even though, right? Because you said we had 30, or did you say more? Like the teams are pretty even.
The teams are pretty even. I think Team Oregon has 19, and your team. No, actually, your team also has 19 because there's 20 in your group, but I'm also in your group, but I'm not on Team California. So, yeah. So I guess 19 on each one. But Team California did pull ahead. So, Oregon has 504 currently.
Oh wow, we did get a lot more.
And California has 529. So that was a lot. Now I haven't double checked those to make sure there weren't like duplicates or anything, but yeah, that is the current standing. So
I was on them. I was like, hey,
last page. Your point save, guys.
Team California, come on, let's do it.
I'd watch that. I'll check it out. Yes.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
It's a fun, family-friendly movie. Cheryl, did y'all watch Rigoletto or Sugar Plum Gang? My absolute faves. We had the Sugar Plum Gang books in my church library growing up, but I never read them. I tried once or twice. I was bored. Yes to Rigoletto. Yay! My high school PE teacher was in Rigoletto. Wow. That's so funny.
What is Rigoletto? I've never heard of that. Was that in...
I mean, Rigoletto is an opera. Lucy says he had such an incredible voice, the Beast character. But then he had an affair with another student soon after. Ooh. Yikes. Not good. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, show of hands. Who all was able to actually complete 10 challenges? 10 different ones. Well, just 10 in general.
You could do 10 or you could do repeat a couple, however.
Yeah. So. Hello, Em. Welcome.
Hello, Em.
Good to have you. So I did 10 just today. Jolie did 10.
Awesome. I mean, you had so many prompts that I think it was really doable, especially with the activity. If you didn't read all of
right,
didn't want read all 10 books, you could do 5 books and 5 activities. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was
Yeah.
very
And like
doable.
I read 11 books in August, but actually I only used how many of them? 8, 7 of them,
Yeah.
I think, for the challenge because I did 3 activity challenges because they weren't all
Yeah.
Prairie
I,
Trail
I
ones.
ended up using 8 books and then 2 activity
Yeah.
challenges.
Yeah.
But I
And
think all my but I think all my books were prairie related books. So I got the full points for yeah,
yeah,
for the
so
books I did read.
one of the books I ended up, okay, so that made it to that 11 is a devotional I was doing, Praying with Jane, which I had started in July.
Uh-huh.
So that wasn't related. And then another one was when I finished for work, Passing the Torch or something like that by Lewis Marcos, which is a book about education. So that had nothing to do with the Prairie Trail Readathon, but I happened to finish it in August.
Yeah.
And then another one was I read Common Sense, but again, that was a leftover from July. So, yeah. But the rest were all Prairie Trail. Let's see. Sasha says the activity challenges really helped. I did 5 books and 5 activity challenges. Yay!
Yeah.
Good. Cheryl did 10. If we count the non-reading
Yay.
challenges and non-West books, I met 10. Awesome. Yeah. So, so here's another question that I have. Because originally I left it at 10 challenges per person just to kind of like keep an even playing field because what I was thinking was some people, and that's also why I included the activity challenges because some people feel overwhelmed by the
Right.
thought of reading 10 books and I didn't want anybody to feel like they couldn't participate. But then as the month went on, like I got to thinking, well, there's no harm if somebody wants to do more than 10. Like they could do more than 10, but I'd already set up the game this way. So I'm thinking through like next year. Um, like I
I
like
was gonna ask you if you're gonna do it next year.
yeah. I mean, sure. Like I have no idea, all else being equal. If nothing changes
Yeah.
drastically between now and then. Yeah, I would love to. But I'm just, thinking now, what might I do a little bit differently if I can remember between now and next August, which is a big if. But I was thinking, like, what do you guys think? Um, like, is it
Like
too
for bonus books.
restrictive to limit it as far as the limit, like a max of 10? Um, like, have the game board be 10 or whatever, but if people want to do more, then that's fine. But like 10 is the goal. I don't know. What do you
And
guys think?
10 is around a good size because when you think like regular readathons or other readathons, they have like bingo boards, and usually that's what, 9
Yeah.
on a bingo board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So 10's a good number.
Yeah. Keep the activity challenges, please. Yes. Yeah. I definitely wouldn't get rid of those because that makes it easy because I know not
Yeah.
everybody has time or desire to read that much in a month. So I wanted to make it like accessible I wanted to make it like, and I feel like that was successful more or less. You guys can tell me if you disagree, but I feel like everybody was able to make it work the way they wanted to, and I wanted it to be really flexible. Um,
I can see where you think like somebody would read 10 books and still want to do the activities and have
mhm.
those 5 as bonus, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, well, I guess what I'm thinking is like, for example, Victoria, um, like she reads like 20 books a month or something like that.
Yeah.
But technically only 10 of them could count. So, like, if I kept everything else the same, like I had the same prompts, I mean, those will probably change a little bit, but like if I have all the same challenges, both the reading ones and the activity ones, but and have like the game board set up to be 10 or whatever, but I can say, if you can go through the game board as many times as you want, you can submit as many as you want. Um, do you think it's
You know what you could do?
I think capping it at 10 is good. I guess that's my question.
Well, for a bonus, I just thought on the map, you can add like you got to Oregon, but now you change your mind. You want to go get the gold
Yeah.
in
Oh,
California, and you
California
have
gold.
a little
No.
side
Phase two.
a side map, and then you could add,
There you go.
because they did
Add
that.
another
They split
quest. Side quest.
side quests.
Add a side
Yes,
quest. I like that.
you're going for
Lucy
the
says, I would
you're
not
going
have
for
filled
the gold.
anything if not for the starvation prompt. Yes. Yeah, it's funny because when I was thinking through like the different, because I played the Oregon Trail game before I came up with the prompts, so to refresh my memory about like the different things that you go through in the game. And like one of
Mm-hmm.
the things was, there's always the danger of starvation. Like you have to make sure you have enough food or you're going to starve.
Yeah,
And I was like, well, what correlates to starvation? Like,
start.
yeah, don't eat for a day. Like, I'm not going to make that a challenge. And I was like, well, for someone who loves to read, not reading for a day would feel like starving, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, we can
Well,
do that.
and I remember when you first came out with the announcement video and that prompt, a lot of people were like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah.
I can't imagine not reading for a
Okay.
day."
What? Jolie says, I kind of like the limit because I can go overboard. But then in the ones I do where it isn't limited, the ones who can do more make up for the ones who can't. Yeah, that's true. I read,
Oh,
listened to
look, see, look
26
at
books.
Jamie,
Nice job.
26, she double it.
Crazy. So what about letting someone who can do more give them to a team member who is struggling? So 10 max per person, but you can get one from a teammate if that makes any sense. Oh, that's a good idea. Spread the wealth a little bit. Of course, I didn't count all for the challenge. Yeah. If you don't cap it, you would have to really pay attention to which team gets which players. Yeah, that's the other thing because yeah, you're right. Because when you have teams, it could get really like, you have a person, 5 people who read 20 books a month on one team, and then on the other team, you only have people who read 3 books a month or whatever. Yeah. Because that was my thought. Like, I wanted to make it an even playing field. That's why I capped it at 10. So.
Yeah.
So a team of 20 would max out at 200, but teammates could help each other. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Lucy says, wait. I technically read a book that might trigger you, but it wasn't a Prairie Trail. Yeah, so that could give you 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You could read any book you wanted that even if it wasn't Prairie Trail, you just get 1 point instead of however many points the prompt goes for. So, I did use the game board, but digitally. I love how the card just popped into place. I know.
Yeah, I know. I did that too. I was like, "Ooh, that's cool."
Yes, I paid for Canva Professional.
Oh, you update. Oh, okay.
Yes, just to do that because I was
I didn't realize it was going to do that, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh, it just did that," and then
yeah, yeah, I love that. So Diane, I am so glad that you enjoyed it because, yes. Lucy says I didn't officially join a team. That's okay. Are you sure you didn't? I seem to remember adding you to one. Let me look. But you might be right. It's been a while. It's been a whole month. I can't remember anything that long. Well, not in California. Let me look at Oregon. Oh yeah, not in Oregon. Okay, so I'm just misremembering. Nothing new there. Let's see. Lisa says, I don't think so because I co-hosted End of Summer Jam. I didn't want to put too much. Yeah. Yeah. I hear that. Yeah, there are several readathons. Like there was the Keep Me in Suspense and there was the End of Summer one. But I had all I could do with this one. So I pretty much focused on this one. So who all was able to read a 500 plus page book for the hunting prompt? I read the Jubilee Trail, which was like 548, I think. So But that was the only
I
I
don't.
went reading.
I don't even think I did hunting. Now that I think about it,
So
I
I read
didn't.
Christie. Yes, some editions of Christie were.
Yeah, that's. I think that's 400, almost 500. I think right on the.
And Daniel Deronda in the same month. I did, but only because it was an audiobook and I did Jubilee Trail, yeah. Yes. That one, I went back and forth between my print book and Kindle because I read part of it while I was on vacation and I didn't want to bring the actual book on vacation. So I had it on Kindle. Lucy managed to read a few books, but nothing 500 pages or more.
And now that one didn't matter what if it was Prairie Trail related. It
Yeah,
was just a
that
page
one could
count.
be any topic. Yeah, so that was a flexible one too. Which I also wanted to have a couple of those just so, you know,
Uh-huh.
because I know not everybody wants to read all about one thing for the whole month.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Daniel Deronda and Juliet Stevenson's narration made it an easy read. Oh, nice. I hear her name a lot as a narrator. 500 pages. Well, so the hunting prompt was graduated. Like you could do 100, 200, 300, 400, or 500. And you got a corresponding amount of points 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So it didn't have to be 500, but for max points. But the flexibility was it did not have to be about the Prairie Trail.
Like the unhauling of books was
Right.
that true?
Yeah. You didn't have to, yeah, didn't matter what kind of books. Um, Technically, you read a few 500-page books. Man, you people, all the books you read. Goodness gracious. I
Well, Carol
learned,
likes nonfiction, so she probably had some nonfiction
yes.
in there.
Was it earlier this year or last year? I realized because I had some really long, like multiple really long books that I was reading at a time, and I realized I did not do well with that because like 2 weeks passed by and I hadn't finished anything. Like I'm still working on the same two books,
Yeah,
and
I don't like doing that either.
yeah, and I was like, not that I wasn't enjoying either of the books, but I wanted to finish something. Like I needed a sense of accomplishment, and I was getting frustrated, and it was slowing me down, like because like even though I liked the books and was enjoying them, I was like, oh, I want to read something different, something new. I don't think I would want you as a teacher. Why?
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 Well, I get that way too, but because I'm reading several books at a time, and so it takes me a
Mhm.
couple of weeks to finish books because I'm going
Right.
back and forth.
Yes. Yeah, I'm usually reading 2 or 3 books at a time until I get to a point like I got to a point with the Jubilee Trail where I was reading that one and I had the Pioneers in process as well. But I was like, okay, I want to focus on Jubilee Trail. I just want to finish this story. And then when I was done with that, I was like, okay, the last one I have for this readathon is the Pioneers. I need to finish that one. So every now and then, like, I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm just going to finish this one. And then,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it wasn't easy to find a 500 plus pages on Prairie Trail subject. Yeah, that's true. The only two I found were nonfictions: The History of American Frontier and The Life and Adventures of James Beckworth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good thing that that one was open to any
Anything.
topic. I'm just kidding.
Just
Your
kidding.
assignment seemed detailed. Well, the good thing is for music class, I don't give many assignments. Most of the learning is in class time. The older kids, I will give them projects periodically, but I'd actually probably like that. My fave classes were the ones with a lot of busy work and the ones with a lot of reading. I hated writing papers. Yeah, I don't have nobody writes papers in music class. It's not on our list. I do have them research different things, but not to write a paper. They usually make a like a slide presentation or a poster board or something, some kind of fun Or I've even done videos in the past where they make a video to share their knowledge. They don't have to write a paper, not in my class. Rubric is a student's best friend. Yes, I always have a rubric. Yeah, because then teacher's best friend too, because then I feel like it's easier to judge them um, fairly, I guess. I was an A average student. Nice. I was, except except for math. I did terribly in math. You were a teacher's pet. Papers are me.
Papers
Yeah,
are,
yeah. Go to
yes.
English class for the papers. Literature class.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My school, well, they have composition, or they have to write different things, different assignments. Not always papers. It's usually writing in different forms. And then um, the last 2 years, it's changes to rhetoric class. Um, and then, but it's like they're writing, researching and writing papers. But then also for history, every now and then they have to write a paper. For literature, most of the books they read, they have to write a paper on one subject or another. Yeah. Band and choir geek. I was an English major with Spanish and music minors. Nice. Kept busy. Yeah. I like the reading aspect of English, just hated the book reports that went along with that. Yeah. Yeah, the the boys, my kids, when they write papers, usually for the literature class, the teacher will give them, I think there's usually like 3 to 5 different topics about, or themes about the book, or questions that they have to answer in the paper about the book. And so it gives them direction for what to write about instead of just saying, this book was about this and that and that. Like they have to answer the question using the book as the source material. So, and they enjoy it better with some teachers than with others. Some teachers are
Yeah.
like, you never know what exactly they want. Like what are you looking for? I don't know. Clearly, I am not giving you what you want, but I don't know what you actually want. I disliked writing about books I read at school until the one teacher who had us write short essays about what we thought about the book, not what the book was about. Oh, interesting. That made writing fun. Yeah.
I don't. I had a teacher in high school, and I still remember him. But I don't for English. He didn't have us write papers that I remember. But you know how he quizzed us though, because all we did in that class was read different novels, and that was back in the day when they had Cliff Notes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he would say those aren't going to help you for the quizzes. His quizzes would be like um, dialogue or something in the book, and he would say, "Okay, who said this and who were they talking to?"
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Cliff Notes didn't help it.
Yeah,
help
no.
it.
Had
And he
to.
had pop quizzes all the time.
Yeah. For our kids to make sure they read it, they have to write. They have to make annotations, and the annotations are graded. Like they have to be annotations that make sense. Like they can't
Yeah,
just write little notes on the side that have nothing to do with what the story is.
right, right.
Yeah, they have to write something that makes sense. You fail music theory. Well, music theory can be complicated. We don't write book reports per se. We write analysis type. Yeah, that's what my kids do. I love the book reports. Her line was, "Don't retell the book to me. I've read it." Yeah, yeah. Book reports are a thing of the past. Yeah, because that's just like touching the surface of, what the book is. Like you just the sheer facts about it. And for a classic, like you want to be able to get a little bit more out of it than that, than just, the basic idea of the story. So, all right. I think what we will do is one more short sprint until quarter after, and then I will wrap up there after that.
Yep,
Catch up with comments.
that sounds
And
good.
yeah, so let me set the sprints going. Um, Spring Meadow ambiance. Here we go. There we go. All right. Welcome back for a few minutes to wrap up. Lucy says, second time I took it, music theory, I guess. I got a C. C's get degrees. Yeah, that's what my son says. Well, I mean, he says, C is average. It's fine. I wish we made them do annotations for a grade. That would be a great idea. I might need to chat with you about that sometime. Yeah, I think it I think it helps. I mean, I don't think there's any foolproof way to make sure that the students actually read the books and pay attention to what they're reading. But it is more effective, I think, than others. And it gives them good habits for reading too. Makes them pay attention to stuff. And it's guided like my understanding is most of the time the teacher will give them like some specific themes to be looking for in the book. So
Yeah.
so it's not just random, you know, annotating. They're looking for particular things. So all right, I have a couple final questions as we wrap up this evening. One, what was your favorite challenge? Your favorite prompt? And then the other one is, what book did you not get to that you're going to keep on your TBR for the next Prairie Trail Readathon? And for me, my answer to that question is, well, unless I get to it before then, I need to read this biography of Laura Ingalls Wilder. I've had this book, for like 3 years now. It is time to read it. So, I had Lucy read 12 pages, 2 chapters. That's pretty good. And then got distracted and doom scrolled. Yes.
Yeah.
That happens. I actually ended up putting a limit on Facebook on my phone because for some reason I could doom scroll forever on Facebook. Not so much other social media, but that one. All right, Diane is leaving us in suspense.
It's a She wants
My
us to guess.
favorite was
It was my favorite. Let me think. We did.
yeah, I'm trying to answer my own question and I don't know.
Like the favorite that we actually did, because some of them they were good, but I didn't do them.
Yeah. I guess
Like I wanted to do. Is it Heat Stroke? The one Read Outside.
yes.
Yeah, I wanted to do that one and I didn't.
Yeah. Same.
And River Crossing, I was hoping to do that one for this book that I'm reading. What was Snakebite again?
I was that one a second chance?
Oh, Second Chance Author.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's what that one was. So I did that one for the Jane Kirkpatrick book. Yeah. Give a book or author a second chance. Yeah.
I like the fire one, the 5-star
Mhm.
prediction,
Yeah. Yes.
and the injury, the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Sasha says favorite prompt: Sod House and Mountain Pass. Snowstorm was fun too. Yeah. I never got to a snowstorm one myself. Too difficult to choose. Yes. Diane's favorite was the epistolary. Yeah, I liked that one too. Yeah, I think I like to keep that prompt, but I always like epistolary books. So, sorry, I got glue on my journal page. Let's see. Read a book that's fire cracked me up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had fun with some of these. I was definitely chuckling
Yeah.
to myself when I made them. Not my favorite read, but the challenge I like the most because I don't read as many as I like is Mountain Pest nonfiction. Yeah, those books that help you do. I don't like the trigger one, but it's my own issue. I have to guess what would trigger me if I were one who usually gets triggered. Yeah, I'm not easily triggered myself either. Um, but I kind of just interpreted it as well. I didn't do that one, but
Oh,
as something like traumatic. That's
yeah.
hard to read.
Like mine wasn't like the book didn't trigger me, but I knew it would trigger other people.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
it had things in it that would people wouldn't like.
Right. Things that were, hard to read about. Yeah.
Yeah.
TBR for the next one. About 10 books, maybe 12. Some Zane Grey's The Virginian, The Log of a Cowboy, Powell's Journals, and A Lantern in Her Hand. Yes, A Lantern in Her Hand is one. Um, the book by Isabella Bird, The Lady in the Rocky Mountains, whatever that title was. You know what I'm talking about. That
The
one.
one you took back.
Yeah, the one I had to bring back from the library. Yeah, that one. Um, yeah, those two are also. And then this one isn't like super high on my list, but I am curious to read this one. This Love Untamed Romances of the Old West. That just seems fun. And then probably a couple of Louis L'Amour. I've never read a Louis L'Amour.
I haven't either, but I want to. And they're really short. A lot of them are really short.
Oh, really?
So
Okay. So
I might do that.
let me go back. Okay. Oh my word. My cursor is not working here. Hold on just a second. I'm trying to get to the comment. There we go. Okay. Julie says, what triggers me, I won't read. Yeah. Yeah. That's fair enough. Also have a biography of Jedediah Smith. That sounds interesting. Jedediah is just the best name. I read several good Prairie books. Good. I have a stack to read for next year. I did not even make it to my Prairie shelf. Wow. I am glad I'm not the only one on the trigger. Yeah. Yeah. My opinion is if it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. Right? I want to continue my journey of Little House on the third book, I think, and I'm buddy reading with them. Yeah. Oh, I love the Little House series. Cannot go wrong with that one. Even if that's like all you read. I mean, that's kind of what started my whole interest in this whole era is the Laura Ingalls Wilder books. I loved reading those when I was little. Cheryl liked all the prompts. She said, my favorite ones I read were probably Down the Long Hills by Louis L'Amour for Snowstorm and Riders of the Purple Sage by Zane Grey. Nice. Calico Palace intrigued me, but I couldn't find it on Kindle Unlimited nor at my library. Yeah, those books are a little bit harder to find. I was shocked when I found Jubilee Trail by the same author, a really nice paperback condition, out at like a thrift store. I was like, what? Other than that, I'd only ever seen them on Kindle. I hadn't seen actual hard copies. So that's crazy. So, all right. Well, I am going to wrap it up here. And because I need to get to bed and be ready for my morning. So, thank you all for joining me. And thank you for the joining me on the Prairie Trail Readathon. And Alma, too. Everybody did such a great job and was so enthusiastic about it. It was so much fun. And yes, I would definitely do it again next year. To wrap up the Prairie Trail, the winning team that will be official tomorrow morning, and just give the last hurrah for anybody who needs to put in points over the next hour or so. We will have a live, it'll probably be held in the Discord, on my Discord server. I will have a live, similar to this, but with just the team, the winning team. And I have a couple giveaways, and we might play like some trivia games or something like that, or like do a bingo or something. So, and that date is to be determined. We will figure that out. It will be at some point in the next week or two. So that is how we will wrap up this celebration with the winning team. And you are welcome, Sasha. I'm so glad everybody enjoyed it. I had fun too, but it's nice to know that other people also had fun. So yay for next year. All right. Well, thank you all
Yes.
for coming and joining me and Alma, and we will see
Thank you
you.
for asking me to be a co-host because it was so fun.
Oh, absolutely. It was so fun. So much more fun to do it with somebody else than all by yourself. I loved it. Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.